Welcome to the Astronomy Centre at Low Dalby. I'm standing near the two observatories which we use on the first Friday of every month when visitors come down here to have a look at the night sky. But it's a very, very wet afternoon now. It's raining, in fact, which is typical of astronomy in this country. In fact, 60% of all nights are cloudy. So instead of trying to look through the telescopes that you see behind me and at the side of me, I'm going to take you on a different sort, a synthetic tour of the solar system with a rather interesting little programme that we show to our visitors from time to time. Out from the Sun in the direction of Earth. We're going to call it the second planet in order of distance from the Sun, the planet Venus, which was named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty. And indeed, when you see Venus in the night sky, it shines serenely and beautiful. During the springtime of 2004, it's up there in the evening sky, and a little later on in the year we're going to have a very, very interesting event take place involving Venus and the Sun, because on June the 8th we're going to find Venus, and here comes Venus with its clouds which shroud its entire surface. Venus is going to pass directly in front of the Sun on June the 8th, and we're going to observe a very rare transit of Venus across the Sun's disk. The last time that happened was 122 years ago, so there's no one alive on the planet who's ever seen one of these, not even Patrick Moore. And so we're going to look forward to that event, and we're going to see a sort of transit of Venus right now, because the planet is going to pass in front of the Sun, and there we have a transit of Venus, except when we see one from the Earth, Venus will be very much smaller than that. But you notice the ring of light all the way around the planet, and that's because it has a very, very dense atmosphere indeed. And it's because of its atmosphere we've never ever been able to actually see the surface of the planet from the Earth. A couple of Russian probes went down there, and we find it to be a dreadful place to be. It's extremely hot. The temperature underneath the clouds just builds up as a huge greenhouse, like a greenhouse effect. That would be the correct term for it. And the temperature there is about 5,000 degrees on its surface, but all over the planet, because the heat, once it gets in, can't get out again. So Venus is a beautiful world named after a beautiful goddess, but underneath it's like Dante's Inferno. So let's leave Venus behind, move out, and come to the third planet out from the Sun. And we all know what that is. It's our own planet, the Earth. We leave Venus behind and head now to a blue planet, a planet we know so well, our own planet. And as we home in on the Earth, we may well be able to see Earth's satellite, the Moon, accompanying Earth in its orbit about the Sun. So here comes the Earth, and here also the Moon. Indeed, the Earth is the first planet out from the Sun with its own natural satellite. And we're looking at the Earth during the afternoon in winter on our planet's northern hemisphere. And we're moving into the night side of Earth, and we can see for ourselves the extent of one of the biggest problems in astronomy, light pollution, which prevents us from seeing the sky now as it was once seen by our ancestors. We can see Japan. Look at that technological society. Look at all the lights that outline completely that country on the edge of the Pacific Ocean. We can see Australia there, with Sydney, Melbourne, and the big cities with their light pollution too. And peeping down near the bottom is New Zealand, and Hawaii set in the middle of the Pacific Ocean up there towards the top. We're coming to the line of sunrise, and there is North America with California. You can see Beja, California, the big long peninsula there, and here comes the huge subcontinent of South America. What a beautiful world our world is when we see it like this from space, and how fragile it is too. It is the only planet on which life as we understand it is known to exist, and it's our only home in the solar system. So as we move across the Atlantic Ocean towards Africa, we just think about our wonderful world, and this is what it will look like to the astronauts of the future as they move out once again into space. I hope you enjoyed your tour of the solar system. We look forward to seeing many of you here
at Low Dolby on the first Friday of every month, when you can see the real stars themselves and the planets too.